All right, so I've got my seed tray here. This is 162 cells, um, and I have right here you can see what I did was I cold stratified a lot of my perennial seeds. A lot of them were flowers, a couple of them like strawberries, anything like that. What you're doing when I say cold stratify, I took the seeds, I put them in a damp paper towel, and then put them in the refrigerator for 2 weeks. What this is doing is emulating what winter would do when the flower blossoms and dries up, and then the seeds fall to the ground. That is like you're making it go through its own winter with the 2 week cold period in the fridge. Some people just keep their entire seed packet in there, and that's fine too, but this is what I did. I just keep it in a dark place, and then when I'm ready, I pull out the ones that I want to cold stratify, which again is all your perennials, the ones that come back year after year, and I go ahead and cold stratify them for 2 weeks. So right now, I am working on, what is it, green globe artichokes, and I have never had really good, I wouldn't say it's not that they didn't germinate. They were difficult to germinate, and now I understand why. I didn't put them through the cold stratification period, so they didn't have that enzyme wake up within the seed that allowed it to kind of come out of dormancy. So right now I'm taking the seed. You can see it's really, really little. And I took the edge of a Sharpie marker and I poked the hole down into the soil block, not block, but the soil cell. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are planting these twice the depth of the seed height. So 2 of these in. And it's raining outside. I'm in the greenhouse, so sorry if it gets loud. Let's say this is up. You want to make sure that you're planting it upwards. I did that the first year with squash. I accidentally planted them the wrong way with the little, with the seed facing down. And so I had roots growing out the top and I was so confused. But I'll be honest with you, these seeds for the asparagus are kind of strange. I've also heard that on top of, I don't know if it was before I cold stratified or not, but you can take a little tiny, what is it called? You take some kind of abrasive material and scrape the outside of the seed, and that just helps to break down the shell because it's really thick. And then do that before you plant it or sow the seed. It's sowing when you're putting a seed in the ground. It's planting when you're actually planting a plant in the ground. And these, like I said, these are perennials, but I've never had a good germination rate, so I haven't had a lot of success with them, so I'm going to sow several. You would really need to do this every year. Some of the casings of the seed were opening up, so I think that's wonderful that it's like being in the water had time to break down the outside. Okay. And that was it for the green globe. Next I have Colorado Star. So I wrapped them up in, like I said, a little paper towel. And I have these all pre-labeled, and I am going to put it into the first cell so that I know everything preceding that is the same seed. So this one is called Colorado Red Star. A good thing for you to look up also before you just start going crazy and buying seeds is which ones grow best in your area. So I did not do that. I just got, I went wild my first year and bought all number of seeds and didn't look at what zone they grow best in, and it's a fun game. I think most gardeners have done that. You get like seed struck, and you just go wild. But anyway, these are getting a little older, several years old, so the germination rate goes down. And so I'm going to go ahead and start as many of these as I can. Again, these are a perennial. These are artichokes. They are going to produce the most beautiful flower, and which is attractive for the pollinators. Bees love them. I'd love to start some bees this year. But I have a very lofty goal list, and it's already, what is it? It's already January 24th today, and I'm just starting seeds, so I could have started at the beginning of January. But I'm not really behind. It's just the last frost date for my area is February 22nd, and you can do anything 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost. And that's when your zone is typically out of its forecasted freezing. It's last frost, so it's not going to threaten your plants, but you never know with the weather being so wild, like what it's actually going to do. So we'll keep it in here a little bit longer. All right. I'm going to do an experiment, do 2 at a time in this one. I don't think that will go well, but sometimes, like I said, you just want to experiment. Follow a man named Charles Dowding. He is in the UK, and he is the father of the no-dig method, which means that you don't dig into your soil. The soil itself is its own environment and has its own biodiversity, and that is actually what fosters the growth for your plants by not digging into it. So I watch him, and he multi-sows his beets, and so I tried that this year again. One of the differences I'm doing this year is I pre-wet my soil before I put it into the seed cells, which I think is going to do wonders, because I don't think that they were actually, like the first time around, I don't think the seeds were getting wet enough. So it's pretty important, especially when you're starting seeds. You cannot let them dry out, but it's always a good idea to plot of water. So in this seed cell tray is going to be inside this tray, and the water I'll fill up to about yay high, and then I will let the cells soak it up from the bottom, the moisture, and that's going to draw the roots down. So, all right. Okay, this is the last asparagus. Shoot. This is it. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is going to be Carnivor's Colossal. One of my favorite things is watching other people start their seeds. I don't know what it is, but it's incredibly fascinating. Everybody's got their own thing. Oh, I think this is asparagus. Ooh. You know, I might might try something different because I did my asparagus in a tray in a separate little pot over there for the Mary Washington asparagus, but I think I'll do this asparagus in here. It's not going to be not needing to go that deep, so let's fix this. They're much smaller seeds, so it doesn't need to go down as far. But the only thing I worry about doing the asparagus this way is that okay, so where was I? That's right, I was making these not so deep. Again, you want it to be twice as deep as the seed is as its height. Yeah. Okay. So this could be a mistake, but so what's interesting is you can buy asparagus as crowns, which is just the roots, like pre-established roots. And I did that the first year, and I have asparagus that's already well off. But I wanted to try and grow it from seed. I try every year. And it did well last year. It just dried up because I got overwhelmed. I forgot that tray. So I'm going to try it again. And I'm going to do it 2 different ways. I'm going to do individual. Oopsie. They're so little and dark, I can't see. Let's try 2. 2 asparagus per cell. Just barely cover them. All right. So I'll have to find a way to. Oh God, scared me. The cats like to get up on top of this fist queen. That is my greenhouse, and gosh, it scares the mess out of me when they do. All right, so that is, we have all of our beets. I went ahead and started I did start some amaranth, which is supposed to be a really good drought tolerant, heat tolerant, like a multicolored. It's almost like spinach, but it's actually an amaranth plant. And then I did bull's blood beets, Chioggia, Crosby's Egyptian, Detroit dark red, red ace, ruby queen. We started artichokes, the green globe, and Colorado red star, and then we just did the asparagus carnivorous colossal. So what's this guy? Oh, so this was interesting. These were actually beans. I didn't know that. It said asparagus white galaxy. I think there was like a misprint in the packaging, because these are very clearly beans. This is white galaxy asparagus. But they are absolutely beans. I think it'd be better to direct sow these outside somewhere. But yeah, I think they'll just rot in here, so I'll just put them back in here. And I will plan to direct sow these into the soil. I think they'll do much better. All right. Just have some strawberry seeds. I'll do in a flat. Let's just keep going with our vegetables. I have this little, it's actually like a photo case or whatever, but I store all my seeds in it in little individual baggies, and this goes underneath my bed so that they're in a cold, dark space and they can't get rained on. So we are working alphabetically. Some broccoli. So you probably already should have had like your first wave of brassicas started by now. I think you start them in December or something, but I have not, and we're just going to go with it. First one we're going to do is this rapini broccoli, which has like little florets that come off the shoots. Next one is going to be Welcome 29. And yeah, it says start indoors 8 to 12 weeks before your last frost. So I'm only doing it for about a month or 2 months behind, but better late than never. Like if I don't start them, I know nothing will grow. And if I go ahead and take a chance, maybe they will. And I won't be sad if they don't. Everything down. We're going to do Chinese yadpa. It got so loud there for a second. What I just started was Brussels sprouts. They take forever. They will not be ready in time. But sometimes I just want to see what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and start like 4 plants and see maybe they're a trap crop because they're growing out of season. Maybe they'll be attracted to a certain kind of insect and deflect them away from other plants that I know. Bok choy was that for me last year. It's called a trap crop. the bugs loved it, and so while this got ate to shreds, kind of left all my other plants alone. So these are from 2020, about 3 years old. Seeds don't go bad, but the germination rate does go down, so I'm going to go ahead and probably sow multiple seeds. And so my family doesn't eat a ton of cabbage, so I'm not going to start a ton. But I will sow 3 at a time. Multi-sow. Alright. Next one is Portabue. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got this really pointy top. A 3 to 4 pound pointed ox heart. So that one was the Portabue. This one is going to be late flat Dutch. Oh, this one I'm excited about. So the Miro de Toscana. Let's try some red acre. I'm just going to try a couple kinds of cauliflower because I have not had any success, but maybe it's because I'm sowing too late. So next year I'll try starting in December. This one's called Amazing Cauliflower. And then we're going to try the Durgash 41. So I've tried the Jessie flower. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen this. It already has a low germination rate, but it's really pointy, not like anything you could find at the store, and it looked just kind of magical, so I wanted to try it, but I have never had it do well, so I don't think I'm going to mess with it this season. I'll try it in my fall garden. Maybe we'll try Purple of Sicily. Celeriac. Celeriac is interesting. It's supposed to have like a very strong celery flavor, but you can shred it up as if it's cabbage. So I'd like to try some. I'm going to try some different kinds of celery, see if they take this year. Chinese variety with snow white stalk, slender, hollow. So yeah, all of these were meant to be started 8 to 12 weeks. And we're only 4 weeks out, so I don't know if these are going to do well or not. But we're going to give it a go. We'll start cucumbers in here. I know I want to do a lot of pickles this year, but there are a couple kinds that I really want to try. This is the Armenian yardlong. Excuse me. Am I Gardner? Okay, and because I have so many different varieties, I really only want to do maybe 2 plants. This is our Armenian striped straight cucumber. I think that was the same one, but whatever. This one's a little fluted on the sides, so we'll give her a go. Alright. This one is Bush Champion, which I think makes good pickling. So I'm going to do several of these. And they're getting old, so I'm going to go ahead and do 3 at a time. So we have our first finished tray, and we got from beets to artichokes, asparagus, zucchini, broccoli, different kinds of broccoli, and cabbage, celery, and the starter cucumbers. And do some dragon egg cucumber. Again, I only want to do a couple, like these pretty kind. I only want to do 2 plants because there's a lot of cucumber. It's only my daughter and I can gift the produce to other people. There's no guarantee that these will do well, but if they do, I'll be overrun. And that's one of the biggest things that I learned was, like, you get, seed shock and you're super excited to start all these different kind of plants, some of them you've never seen before, but you can completely overwhelm yourself, and I did that. And so if I want to try something, I can grow cucumbers later. I have a really long growing period, so also, you got to think about what all you have that needs to trellis. I think mostly right now it'll be, most of what I have will be cucumber that's trellising. when it's ready. I'm going to direct sow some peas and stuff, but they can all grow simultaneously. I have several arches, and then I've got, I can't remember how many, 16 cattle panels that are sideways, so that's 16 feet each. That's plenty of room. Early Russian, again, this is just a fun one. I'll just do one of these. So 2 seeds. I'm doing 2 seeds to guarantee germination. You know, you should do more if you really want to guarantee it, but I won't be sad if these don't start. A sour cucumber. And we're only going to do 2 of these. And these are fun because these are all just different. Hello. Hi. Yes, ma'am. Don't be mad. I'm just talking to my friends. Hello. Hello. Did you have a nice... Yeah? Did you have a nice day? No. My goodness, what happened? What happened, my kitty? Come here. Come here, kitten. Don't mind my cat. Help yourself there, kid. I found her stranded on the outside of Sam's Club on a really busy street. She's a little bitty. This is the most talkative cat I've ever heard in my life. She is slightly obnoxious. Yeah, just slightly. Hello. All right, we're gonna hi. We're gonna start some Mexican sour gherkin cucamelons. These are supposed to have, I actually haven't had very good success, which is weird, because these are supposed to be super prolific and grow well. Hi. But anyway, I just haven't had them do very well, so I'm gonna start. I don't want to start too many because I heard that they like take over, so, but what the heck, let's try. I'm gonna do 3 of these, I think. Ooh, muncher cucumbers. Okay, definitely want to start a bunch of these. Okay, Rachel, be realistic about where you're putting these. Oh, I don't have any pickles. I went through them super fast last year, so I do want to start a bunch. This is a West India gherkin cucumber. It's so interesting. It's super spiky. It kind of hurts. But they took over. Oh, my goodness. Seriously? Get out of here. Spam. It's the weirdest cat. It's hiding the Sharpies and taking my markers. Okay. Oh. I don't have very many of these left. There's small seeds as well. And we will just do 2 of these. They will take over your garden. Alright, White Wonder cucumbers. Alright. Next, I'm going to do something weird. I have this grapefruit seed from an organic grapefruit, and I want to see if I can grow it. It would be so many years before this would even be you know, something that I could eat from, but I'm interested. So about 2 of these deep. I probably should have soaked this one first. Nothing might happen, and that's fine too. All right, dragon fruit.